Hi, it's Phil Dragallo with Summit Homes, Ohio. And one of the questions we get a lot is, what are the fees that sellers need to pay when they sell their home? And the answer to that is it sort of depends on the type of sale. And so if a seller goes down the more traditional route, hires a realtor, puts it on the MLS, and then sells the home, typically, one, they're going to pay commission, which can be anywhere. I mean, for a seller, it's typically going to be in about anywhere from 4 to 6%. That some of the laws are changing a little bit in terms of it's not required by the seller to pay all the commission, but at the same time, you're going to pay your realtor 3%. Plus, typically, you need to offer about at least 2% in order to get the buyer's agent interested to come look at the home, because otherwise the buyer would need to cover that, and they don't want to do that. So you're looking at, I'd say on average, probably at least 5% that you're going to pay on the sale of the home in commissions. And then there are several other fees that go along with the closing that, depending on the price of the home, several $1,000s. Those costs range from the title work and just all kinds of transfer fees and title, and other various fees that are associated with the sale of the home. In a traditional sale, typically those are split between the buyer and the seller. Now, all that said, in a cash transaction with an investor, for example, with Summit Homes Ohio, we actually cover all those closing costs. And there are no commissions because we do what's called a private sale, and it's all cash. There's a speed factor, but more importantly, there are no fees that go back to the seller. The seller really is only responsible for the taxes up to the day of the sale, any utilities that they've been using up to the day of the sale. But in terms of the typical fees, none of those are paid by the seller. Those are always paid by us or our investor partners. Thank you.